Welcome. Good morning. It is 11:45 a.m. Central Time. Today is January 15th, Thursday. There are more and more videos coming out on social media about people being arrested, um, hurt, and then detained. If you've been living under a rock, if you have not been following what's going on out in the streets by ICE, you've been living under a rock. Okay, it's time to pay attention. Here's the thing. A lot of things, but other than ICE, that's a big thing going on, obviously. But other than ICE, there are a lot of other changes. Yesterday, January 14th, at around 9 a.m. Eastern Time, articles started popping out of a new ban, or more of a pause, they say. In their minds, in the White House mind, it's a ban. But publicly, they call it a pause. Because if it's a pause, then it should be more like a case by case situation. Because they claim they're concerned about a person, an immigrant coming into the United States, that person could be a what we call a public charge, meaning they could apply for public benefits. But why does that fucking matter? That's obviously the law, yes. But why does it matter? Because if the state has a program that allows public benefits, why can't they apply for it if they truly are eligible, right? Just something to think about, guys. All right. So and then the federal level, they have their own programs too. Then okay, they can restrict their own programs to make it so that people who have resident status come to the United States don't apply for it. I feel like I'm missing something. Is there something that MAGA doesn't want to tell us? All right, guys, so pay attention to this. That's about politics, right? But unfortunately, sometimes politics gets involved into immigration. So you have to dig in deeper to really understand because a lot of y'all are concerned, of course, but at the same time, while some of y'all are concerned, some of y'all are so concerned that you give up. You cannot give up, okay, guys? Do not give up. Because first of all, you're already probably some of you already paid at least a couple thousand in fees, okay, for the government. So for those who are wondering if you should still attend your interview or should you still do a sorry guys, under the weather still. I need to get some water. If you're still thank you, join my fan club. If you still need to do like upload documents to NVC or you need to respond to request for evidence, absolutely get it done. Do not give up, guys. You've already done probably a lot of steps. Someone on YouTube asked, "You're still waiting for I?" Okay. Well, it depends. It depends how long your case has been. If you're, usually my team has access. I create a chart for them. If you think your case is delayed, so how long has the person on YouTube? How long has your case been pending? Like from the receipt date? Just for example, if you filed it like 3 months ago, that's not long enough. But after it hits a certain amount of time on our chart, then yes, we'll offer a mandamus lawsuit service. But the other suggestion is if you have an attorney, I'm assuming you don't. So, but yeah, and then you check if it's within the processing times or not. 1 year for I-130. Yeah, if it's I-130 only and no 485, then on our chart, I believe it's at least 15 months. So that's probably why my team said that. Okay. I mean, you could try to submit inquiry. Oh, I am your attorney. Well, I don't know your name here just because of the thing. Yeah, there's nothing we can do right now. We can submit an inquiry. I'll let them know. If you email us, you can request that. But they have a timing issue. They pushed it back. They pushed back. I don't know if you've seen it. I probably need to record a video like this about for clients that you put in the receipt date on the bottom below, it will show that you can't submit inquiry until a certain amount of time. So maybe my team already checked. I'll ask if you email in, and then my team will ask, or I mean not ask, but they will check, and then they will reply back to you. Okay. Thank you for the question. Yes. Thank you for the taps. Really appreciate it. You don't have to send me any gifts on TikTok. I think that costs you money. If you're gonna pay money or whatnot, give me these gift things, or you call it, you might as well schedule this. Okay, guys. This is pre-qualified meaning is this amount. Less than a cup of coffee at your local coffee shop. Unless you're buying a mini one. Espresso shot. All right, let me scroll up. You're welcome to join live if you want to. Welcome in XYZ, Rosie, Dr. Bowie. Good to see you. Hope you're doing good. Cassandra, Miriam, Richard Rich. Okay, let me. Whew. It's wild out there, guys. Okay, please be safe. Okay, so there are several different there are several different types of ban slash pause. So when you refer to it, I'm going to create a chart for you guys so you can download it because each ban affects slightly different situation. So January 1st, 2026 was the pause for the cases filed to USCIS. Okay, in that list of countries, some might overlap with the other travel ban from the proclamation last summer, and some don't. So I I don't think the government knows what they're doing. Okay, this is there's a little bit more clarity this time around compared to 2017, but I think it's done this way to be confusing on purpose. Okay, so let's get Rose K1. I'm not sure yet. I'll have to check on that. Interesting question there, Ankit. I don't know if that was intended for me, but this person says, "Would you like to be my boyfriend?" I'm I got I have a spouse. I have a Pookie Bear, so I'm good. Thank you. Um, okay, Violet Sky, congratulations! You and your fiance got approved for 129F. That is for the petition for fiance visa. You saw that Jamaica is on the banned country list. Do I still think this will affect couples who are already in the process? That's what it seems. Okay, that's what it seems from the most recent list from yesterday, January 14th. For all intents and purposes, if you're coming back to this channel to get news from me, appreciate it. I'm gonna call it the J21 pause because it's effective January 21st, and then the J1. I'm just calling J1 for the USCIS pause. All right. At the end of the day, they're all bullshit, but we gotta keep track of it. Okay, for you guys, I anticipate there'll be lawsuits coming soon. So if you are affected by this, and to the extent, especially to the extent that you're supposed to have an interview, maybe they canceled your interview, whether it's with USCIS or the State Department, the embassy or consulate, or you had the interview and then you got visa refusal status or 221G, then you definitely need to contact us. Okay, ASAP. Um, let's see here. Let me scroll up for the questions. Cassandra asked, if you were deported one time and they re-entered, do you have permanent bar? Yes, I do not suggest coming back right now. If you can hold on, I recommend waiting so that you can get the legal status properly. Okay, at this point. If any time my internet is a bit shaky, let me know, please. We are trying to change it up soon. Okay. Rosie Fritter. Rosie Fritter asked, is it possible if the EB3 sponsor is a relative of the employee? You need to disclose it. It asked that question. I can't remember at what point they ask, but they do ask. It is possible, but you cannot hide that fact. They will find out. And I have known of people who tried it with another attorney and they did not disclose it. And yeah, that backfired. So you do want to tell the truth. What's up, Jahondi? All right. Let me answer one more question on the chat in the chat, then I'll get to y'all that want to join live. Luminous Co. Are DACA renewals delayed? Yes. Yes, for our clients and our colleagues, clients, DACA renewal has been delayed. Just what we've seen from the processing time. Did they come out with official announcement about that? No. Cooper, what's my opinion about an immigrant who overstayed visa and the company wants to petition? The general answer is no, not eligible, unless the immigrant has some kind of ability to apply for advanced parole and get approved. So that'd be through DACA or TPS. And then eventually you still have to consular process. So there's a lot of facts we would need to know, but generally, no. Most people are not eligible for it. And it's not so much about the company side, it's more about your personal immigration history. All right, welcome in. Welcome in. All right, so real quick, just share part of my lesson plan real quick, especially if you're new here. If you're returning to Green Card Guys community, welcome back. There are six scenarios that at least you need to contact immigration lawyer. And I love to share this because, man, we get so many calls. My team pings me, pings the attorneys, and we're like, WTF? This could have been prevented if that person had a much better attorney, an ethical attorney, or if they didn't hire at least a notario or a consultant. Look, you might be a notario, you might be consultant. I understand you got to do business, but please know that states have crimes for this situation when you practice law and then you don't have the license to practice law. So just keep that in mind. Okay. So RFE, request for evidence. And by the way, I know somebody who asked me questions are notaries. I can tell. I can tell. All right. So you know how like USCIS and judges have to, you know, essentially critique or judge you essentially, a USCIS officer, right? I have to be 2 times worse than them, right? To prepare you. I got to be more, I got to give you more feedback. Okay. So you're going to do the right thing. Okay. RFE, request for evidence. You have 84 days or less to reply back. In some scenarios, you can upload to your My USCIS account. You want to make sure you rename the document if you're going to do that. Make it easy for the USCIS officer to scan it quickly. Okay, guys? If it's like a bank statement of April 2025, put in the month and year. Make it easy for them. Okay? But also put it on your fucking calendar, the deadline. Let's say the deadline is January 31st. You also got to put a reminder before that, like at least 2 weeks before. Because some of y'all think, oh, 84 days, John, that's plenty of time. No, for some of y'all, it's not because y'all procrastinate. If at school, if you go back to school or your workplace, you tend to be a procrastinator? Yeah, you definitely have to put 6 reminders for yourself on this. Okay, notice of intent denied. It's kind of similar in a way. They do want more evidence, but as notice of intent denied, that means USCIS is leaning towards denying you, but they're giving you a sliver of a chance, to reply back. Okay. All right. So a lot of people get denied after the NOID because they thought the language in that first paragraph of the letter says you are denied, but it doesn't say that. But some of y'all get confused because you don't do this every day. That's why I'm on a live show to help save you from incurring these immigration problems. Okay. Some people think like, oh, okay, if we get denied, we'll just refile it. But then you refile, you got to pay the government fee again. So that's why it's like, you might as well have hired an attorney, a law firm. Look, let me just put it straight. Some people think like, oh, immigration lawyers are getting all this money. Well, no shit. Obviously, it's more business, but the thing is, like, this is not the way I want to practice immigration law, guys. 2025 felt like 2 years. It felt like 700 plus days. It was crazy. It's gonna get worse. It already did get worse this year. You know what I mean? So I want to have a peaceful life, right? I want to make it easy for you guys. The government has made it 10 times worse this past a year. Okay? So please know you need, if you want to be approved, you want your resident status, you want your non-immigrant visa, you want your citizenship, you got to take these things seriously, guys. Okay? And also, for example, number 3, delayed, and I'll pause here in a second. But delayed, a lot of y'all have delayed cases and you don't know it because maybe you don't talk to anyone. Okay? If you're ever wondering if your case is delayed, you just have that gut feeling. Just call us. Give us a call. My team has a chart I provided to them, okay? From time to time I update it. And for some people we have to say, "No, I'm sorry. It's not long enough. You may have filed it 3 months ago. That is not long enough. I get it. You want to get things going. Your kids, your spouse, your Pookie Bear says, "Hey, honey, I want to go to a cruise. I want to go to the Virgin Cruise. I want to go Disney Cruise." I get it, guys. I know it's tough, okay, to make your spouse happy, but you gotta call us, or we can't help you, okay? So let me answer some questions. Let me get y'all in. You learn something new every day. That's great. Sometimes I add to it. All right, let's get Bemsy, and then on deck is Willie, and after Willie's Cliff. Oh, sorry. I realize you guys can't see that on TikTok.
Hello, how are
Hi.
you?
Good, good. You doing okay?
Yes, I am. I just have a quick question. So I have been a green card holder now for like 4 years,
Hmm.
and I have to go back to uh, the country where my parents are from because my mom is in a really bad health situation, and
Mm.
so I was kind of concerned about like coming back in, right? Just because I have a criminal record, but I was not charged for the record. I wasn't for it. I wasn't convicted, but it's still on my record. And in the past, when I have exited the country and
Okay.
came back in, I was able to come in successfully with no problem. But they do put me through like secondary inspection where they would like have me sit down for like 20 or 30 minutes, take my passport, then they come back and they say, okay, ma'am, you're good to go.
Hmm.
So in this kind of like climate that we are in with the current administration and stuff, should I be concerned about going out and coming back in?
Well, partially. I mean, just because a custom stopped you and put you in, had you waiting at the secondary inspection, does not necessarily mean there's a problem every time. But have you talked to immigration lawyer about your past?
Yeah, so when I did my green card, my I had that on my background when I did my green card, and that did not come up. They didn't say anything about that because it's a case that like I wasn't charged for it, I wasn't convicted. It's just on my record, and it's dispositioned as a noel proel on my record. That's
Hmm.
the disposition that it is.
No, I don't know that phrase. But
Okay.
does it mean like dismissed, straight dismissed, no
Yeah,
charge,
yeah,
or charge
yeah.
dismissed or something?
Dismissed.
Okay, then,
Yeah.
then that's good. That's good.
So
Alrighty.
you don't think I should be like worried with coming back in?
In general, again, this is not legal advice. This is just a
Right.
TikTok social media show. But based on what you said, it
Yeah.
sounds fine. But yeah, if you already talked to a lawyer about it, that's fine. The whole like ban, the pause, that wouldn't affect you because I think you said you're a resident status anyway, right?
Yeah, I'm resident status
Uh-huh.
and I'm a British citizen.
Okay. Okay, great. Well, let me know how it goes, okay?
All right. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Take care.
You too.
All right, guys. Just to be, upfront as always transparent here. Anything related to crimes, I mean, I can give you a little bit of peace of mind or just the generalized information here, overview, but if it's especially about crimes, I I would technically need to review it, right? So, and anyways, next person, Reckles Boy 350 on YouTube. Any changes 601A? No. What kind of changes were you hoping for? Like processing times? No, not maybe 1 month better. But let me tell you, last year in 2025, we had several cases that were approved in about 2 years and a couple months. So it's good, not too bad. All right. All right, Willie. 11 says you good? No, I'm not really good. Got this cough. And then next, but thank you for asking. How much is the fee, Dora? Thank you for asking. It depends on the service you're requesting, but I'm not allowed to share that here. We are transparent, but not on the show, just because of the terms and conditions. I don't want to be banned from the platform. They did that to me 2 years ago when I had 10 followers, and that was just tragic for 5 minutes. Very tragic. So I don't want to go through that situation again. All right. So I thought I clicked on Willie's name. It went away. Okay, next person then, Cliff. Hi, Cliff. What's going on?
Hey, what's up?
Yes, sir. How can I help you?
Yeah, I have a few questions, right?
Mm-hmm.
My wife, she's back in Jamaica, right? I put in the paperwork, and I think you have an idea from when I put it in, from 2024, August the 9th. We have a child together,
Mm-hmm.
and he get his passport through me, the American passport, but
Okay.
he's still there back home. Do you think this ban, this pause where they put will affect anything?
For your son?
No, not for my son. My son is good. He have his American book, but for my wife,
For
that
your wife.
way, I put in the paperwork for
Uh-huh.
since 2024, August the 9th,
Mm-hmm.
and still not. Recently, December the 10th of December, they asked me to do a biometric, and I did it. And from since then, I don't hear nothing.
Huh. Is this the I-130 you filed?
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, it's been pending quite some time, at least 1 year, right? So, and she's a bride. So the petitions normally take about 15 months, at least 15 months. If you get a shorter time, that's great. But if it's past 15 months,
Yeah, but
uh-huh.
I think it passed because
Yeah,
it's from
that's what I thought.
August the 9th, 2024.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is 16 months, right? About 16 months.
Yeah.
So at this point, we recommend, is one suggestion, to file mandamus lawsuit. Look, if you want to wait another 30 days to see if they approve the petition, and that's up to you.
Mhm.
But every time we've done it, it's worked for us on a petition only at that time frame. The other thing is, are you a citizen? I think you said you're a citizen, right?
Yes, I'm a citizen.
Okay, so yeah, then at 15, 16 months, it's time to file a lawsuit.
So if you file a lawsuit, how long that normally takes?
Thank you for asking. That is about 2 to 3 months after we file a
2 or
lawsuit.
3 months.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to contact you for that information.
Well, there's a thank you for asking. There, you go to this URL or the link in the bio. You scroll down. Do two things with this thing. Number one, you can download the guide. We have a complimentary guide about mandamus lawsuit. Has common questions and answers. You can read that, and then you can also schedule a meeting. You can schedule this one. Okay. Pre-qualified meeting, and then they can help you. They'll share the pricing and all that. Okay, whenever you're ready to take action. Alrighty.
All right.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Bye.
Uh,
All right. Rachel asked. Your hubby is from Hungary, overstayed, filed October 24, but website no longer shows a timeline. Well, Rachel, are you a citizen or resident? because when it comes to okay, by the way, I think I know what you guys are talking about. Some of y'all have been saying timeline. Are you referring to your MyCS account where you log in credentials, your password? Okay, you're a citizen? Okay, good. Because if that's what you're talking about, I know some of y'all have told me that that what's it called? That it shows, oh, like expect a decision in 3 weeks, and then 2 or 3 weeks pass by, and then suddenly it jumps to 18 months. And you're thinking, what the hell's going on? Okay, I get that question. Okay, Rachel says yes. That's pay attention to it. Okay. It's as Trump would say, it's I didn't say it. Okay. I don't know why they have it. I've talked to the USCIS tier one customer service reps. They don't know why it's there. They don't control the situation. I bet they wish it wasn't there because they probably get a lot of phone calls about it. Look, the United States government, I hope this provides a little context here. The United States government, in general, doesn't like to share information with you. That's the number one reason why they didn't want TikTok to exist. Oh, but then all of a sudden, a U.S. company could take over. Interesting. So, so, anyways, they don't want to share data with you. They don't want to share how quickly a case will take for you because once they start sharing something, then generally a person will feel entitled to that time frame, right? So same thing with law firms. Most law firms don't want to tell you how soon that they're going to file your case. But we here at Green Card Guys do it differently. If you're a client, you know what I'm talking about. Typically, we have 45-day, 60-day, and 90-day time frame to file a case. Now, of course, you have to provide us the information, and we need time to review it, right? But at least we have some kind of, we do this to manage expectations, right? Otherwise, we'll get 10x phone calls, and that by itself, honestly, is difficult to manage. So I think we do a pretty decent job updating clients. But if you don't so in your client, please let me know. Okay, I always love to improve. Now, here's the deal. So yeah, USCIS is not like Domino's Pizza Tracker, unfortunately. So how do you know? How do you know it's a more accurate timing? Just give us a call. Yeah, it's showing you error message. It's probably better that way, honestly, guys, if it shows you an error message on your My USCIS account, because that way that you don't feel like, oh, it should be this time frame, because that's a damn lie. All right, so let's get the next person on. So I know that a lot, like probably 50% of y'all don't know about the pause or ban. The other 50% are asking questions about the ban. I'm going to record a long form video, hopefully not too long. I'm trying to make it like 5 to 8 minutes, and I'm going to break down the different. I'm going to break down the different ban / pause, okay? Because it kind of overlaps and then some don't. But just to summarize a lot of people's questions, if you're asking, as a resident holder, can you travel? Yes. Okay. Now, if you have crimes, then that's a risk. You got to talk to immigration lawyer 101 and schedule a meeting. And look, if you ask us to review like about these crimes, you can't just ask us. We have to see the document. We need to see the disposition records. Okay. It's like the deferred adjudication, motion to dismiss, things like that. Okay. But look, if you the fact that you're asking, if anyone's asking about travel, then you probably should just not travel, right? Because then because ultimately you're taking a risk. Alrighty. Laggy. Thanks, Crazen. So we're gonna be updating our internet next week. Fingers crossed. Okay. That they do it timely. Violet Sky, I think I answered your question, but just in case, the answer is yes. I believe it will, even though it's fiance visa. I believe K1 visa is affected by this. It is just a bit confusing, and I'm going to double check because K1 starts off as non-immigrant visa, and then suddenly it changes to immigrant visa at some point after NVC. So I'm going to double check for you for the purpose of the ban pause situation. Okay, let's get Sumpty on.
Hello,
Hello,
morning.
Sumpty. What's going on?
A quick question.
Mm-hmm.
It's with regards to the ban. I filed for my parents the I-130 form, but that was last year.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's I think around August or September, which I know it's not yet time for it to be approved. Just curious, will the new ban, because my country is among the country that was banned.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's still going to be counting or it's already affected.
Which one? The one from yesterday that's announced?
Yes.
That takes effect
Yes.
January 21st, so 6 more days.
Yes, I know, because it's not yet time for them to
Mhm.
approve it. I have to wait for like 12 months or 8 to
Mm-hmm.
12 months.
What did you? What was filed for
So I
you?
feel like
I-130.
I filed for my parents.
Oh, you filed for your parents, yeah. So, yeah, it's quite some time. So by that time, there's probably several lawsuits that will, of course, try to get rid of the ban. But at least it's good that you filed it. Okay. Um, but this is still so new. This is less than 24 hours. So we'll find when we find out more on the progress, lawsuits and whatnot, then we'll definitely let you know here on the channel. Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Thank you. That was just a question.
Sure. Take care of something. All right, guys. So this is a really good example of the benefit of a live show because in some of y'all's questions, I don't want to say it's not worth it to pay this amount. You want to pay it, that's fine, right? But if it's a quick question, sometimes it's a long answer. So, but we're happy to help, point you right direction, give some kind of peace of mind in the meantime. Okay, even if you have a lawyer, but please know this is information purposes, entertainment purposes only. If you want legal advice one-on-one for your situation, your personal situation, you do need to schedule a meeting with an attorney. All right, that is, I have to say that. Okay, next person. Ashra Faye. Hello.
Hello. Good. How are you? So I don't know if it's a question, but maybe you can answer my question.
Mhm.
So my husband had his interview in Montreal, Canada on December 8th. They said everything looks good because we did the I-130. The officer told him, hey, you're approved. So they took his passport and told him they will mail they'll issue, like they said he was approved, took his passport and said, wait a couple of days and they'll send it to you.
Mm-hmm.
So this was on December 8th. And then on January 5th, we looked up on the status. It said refused. They sent his visa back because his nationality is from Somalia. They sent his visa back and said because of the whole travel ban stuff. But my whole thing is our interview was December 8th. We didn't get a response till January 5th. So did they know that between December 8th to January 5th that there was travel ban that's going to happen?
Pretty sure.
And why they didn't approve it that whole 3 weeks?
Yeah, pretty sure they knew it was coming down the pipeline. And
yeah, so now I'm just sitting here like we did everything right, and then now that they didn't give us the visa was never issued because of his nationality. But they had 3 weeks to sit on it.
Yeah, the government's really bad. And even without the trap ban situation, there are many situations. I don't know if it's a majority or not, but a larger number of times where they delay providing the case update or visa issuance. So regardless of the travel ban situation or pause. So did they give them a piece of paper?
Yeah. So I know this travel ban had happened last year as well. Do they like reset every 6 months? Like how does this whole when does it lift?
You're not gonna like my answer, but there's no expiration date. It's indefinite until the president changes his mind. And this is through the executive branch. It takes one person, and that's the president, to sign off on this. But that's the thing. It seems a bit strange, right? Like you're everyone's gut was like, can he do that? Can he do that by himself? That's fucked up, right? Messing up with everyone's family
Yeah.
situation, right? So that's one reason there's going to be plenty of lawsuits. So follow. You never know if we're rounding up, trying to see if people want to join the wait list to file a lawsuit. It's not going to be this month, but it might be sometime next month. Okay, but we also have colleagues that already filed a lawsuit on the prior ban. So just stay tuned, and we'll keep you updated.
Oh yeah, please, because I do want to file a lawsuit with this.
Sure thing. We'll keep it updated. Okay. Thanks for joining in.
Thank you.
Take care. All right, guys. As always, you know what I say. Don't fucking give up, okay? Stay on track. Get your mindset right. I know this is going to be difficult. We knew this is going to be difficult. We knew about Project 2025, right? Like, you knew about it also? Did you know about it? Don't tell me if you didn't know, actually. I would not be happy. Beth asked, does the pause affect AOS cases adjustment status? There is a pause on the January 1st, I call J1, the J1 memo from USCIS. That is a pause on the majority of applications with USCIS for that specific list of countries. For example, like Jamaica is not on that J1 list, but it is on the J21 list. Okay, maybe other lawyers will have their own acronyms. For the sake of this, J1, January 1st, and J21 for January 21st. Okay. I'm going to prepare something maybe later today so it shows the differences. You know what I'm going to do on YouTube or this link later on? I will add it there. And on YouTube, they have something called community post. So I'll probably add it there to the link so you can take a look and you'll have a chart basically. Because reading it in the article can be confusing with all these goddamn ads. All right. Reckless Boy, your 601A has been pending for a year so far. Yeah, so it's going to at least take 2 years. And by the way, if anyone has a wonderful experience, like your case was done in like let's say a 601 was done in 1 year, like that's awesome. That's amazing. Okay. Tell us what magic potion you guys are drinking. All right. But or like your I-130 and your spouse is abroad or family member abroad, and that only took you 6 months. Let me know what magic potion you're drinking. Let me know. Okay. We want to hear success stories also. Okay. I don't want to talk about negative stuff only. Moise asked, is it fine for a green card holder to travel outside the US for 2 months? So I think initially people ask these travel questions because you might be worried about the ban or something. In general, again, if you have resident status, it's fine to travel. But if your plan is to become a US citizen, there are timing restrictions in a sense, okay, that you need to be aware of. So depending whether it's 3-year rule, 5-year rule that you need to show as a resident, then you need to show at least half of that time was in the States. Okay, there's a lot of different rules. So it's difficult for me to just answer it like point blank with can you travel or not? So save yourself some time and not copy and paste your question. All right, let's get Eddie N. Hi, Eddie.
Hey, what's going on? How you doing?
Good. You doing okay?
I'm doing well.
Good.
I've got a question for you. So I just got my I-130 approved yesterday.
Good.
After 17 months.
Mm.
Next step is to file my 601, I believe.
Okay. Yeah, if you enter without inspection.
Wanted to see
He must have got a call. Excuse me. Just
do it separately.
I'm sorry, you got cut off
I'm
because
here.
you.
I'm sorry. I said, do you file the DS 260? Do you file the DS 260 as well simultaneously?
You don't have to, but you do need to pay the fees to open up the portal, an NVC portal, the ceac.state.gov website, because you need to
So
show
like if I
proof.
want to like expedite a little bit of time, if I want to expedite a little bit of time,
It
am I able
doesn't make a
to do
difference.
both at the same time?
No, it doesn't make a difference. Your
No?
waiver is going to take 2 to 3 years anyway.
Okay,
Good luck to you.
got it. Well, I'm gonna reach out to your staff. I want to
Oh,
see if
sure.
I can have you take that next step for me.
For the waiver. Okay, sounds good, Eddie. Wish you the best. Talk to
Yeah.
you soon. Thank you. Appreciate it. Happy to help you guys. But my goal here on the channel, our guys community, is to share information. Okay, try to help you prevent those immigration problems. It's in some sense, in some instances, even the delay, you procrastinating or delaying the next step can affect your case, right? Like hypothetically, if someone had gotten a joint sponsor or just done the forms earlier, like we have a client, might be on TikTok right now, their lawyer before fucked up their case. And it was such a minor thing. They didn't have the right fees. In April of 24, I think April 2024, fact check me here, the USCIS fees went up. I remember this because it was during Biden's last year. Okay. I got this shit on lockdown. Okay. That attorney or consultant filed it with the outdated fees. Guys, just like you may have hired someone to do remodeling or hired a contractor, they have a punch list. We have a fucking punch list too for your immigration filing. Okay, we got to get it done correctly. It's very disheartening to see other attorneys or consultants mess up something simple. And because it was messed up, there was actually 2 delays on this thing. And then he realized he's got to hire us. Okay. So, and what happened now? He had an interview scheduled early December. And it was interesting. I think someone else asked with the husband in abroad. And there's like a 3-week delay, right? That client's interview was early, like the first week of December. I think the December 8th. Got the day before we got the notice that he was descheduled, basic interview canceled. Guess what? That client's from Haiti. I was like, something's percolating, something's boiling. We knew something was coming, and bam, January 1st, something more official. The government's fucked up. Okay, so you have to understand the situation. The government's not your friend. Okay, I'm not the one trying to create enemies. It already happened. Okay, even if it was a blue party in office, you always have to keep the government accountable. All right, next thing. 360, can you still apply for your parents from here? As long as you're a U.S. citizen, yes. You can still file a petition. And if you're wondering, like, if you're like, well, my country or my spouse's country, my relative's country is on any of these banned lists, J1 or J21 lists in the proclamation last year, you still file the application. Because if you don't file the application, sue. The government's going to be like, what application do you have pending? How does this affect you? You don't have any application pending. So I know it could be strange to pay like $625 or something for petition, depending how you filed it, online or on paper. Yeah, you got to have that. Same thing for court. You go to court in the immigration court, and with or without a lawyer. Of course, I really recommend you having a lawyer there. Otherwise, judges will chew you out. Basically, just let the attorneys handle that. Okay, guys. They'll figure out eventually. Okay, you're married to a U.S. citizen, and they'll ask, "Sir, ma'am, do you have a petition on file?" Like we try to save you that embarrassment because for our team, we'll just tell the judge. Normally, what we prefer to say is, Honor. We filed a petition December 2024, and it's still pending for some odd reason, right? Better than saying, Your Honor, class married for the last 5 years ago, but no petition on file. Oh my God. And you want a judge to help you to some extent? So that's why, guys, you gotta take fucking action here, okay? You gotta take action. The judge can only do so much. And now every trying to do something beneficial for immigrants right now. They're getting pulled. I got notice yesterday that some Dallas judges that offered granted bond are being pulled from the detained docket. This is not a fucking joke anymore, guys. It's getting worse. So you got to do what you can do to avoid getting arrested in the first place. I wish you all the best. All right, I'm going to be on a live show for another 10 minutes. So thank you everyone for your patience. Let's get Jason on. After Jason is Crazen. Welcome back, Jason. Chase.
Good afternoon, John.
Hello there. How can I help you?
I wanted to just ask you something. For my wife, the petition for my kids, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right now has she green card, but she doesn't have her citizen. Could she file for them, or wait till she's done citizen then to file for them?
How old are the kids? Under 18 or 21?
15 and 15 and 19.
Okay. I mean, you could file for the kids now, and that'd be family preference, F2A. It is kind of a hassle to try to notify USCIS to update it, but it doesn't hurt to file now for the kids first. So she hasn't filed to become a citizen?
No, because she has to wait
Eligibility time?
3 years. She has to wait to file for the citizen.
Oh, so how many more years left for her to start?
Yeah. Oh, so right now is that's going in 8 months so far.
8 months? 8 months left? Or 8 months to go?
No, 8 months. 8 months. She remember I told you she was living in Trinidad before, so she has a green card long time.
Oh yeah, did she make it to America?
But she's in America right now.
Yes.
And it's going to be 8 months she's in America.
Yes, remember when you're on a live show last time? She was in Trinidad, right?
Yeah.
Does she have any trouble getting in?
She's in America. 8 months.
Come on, Jason. I'm trying to be happy for your spouse.
They had,
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so she has 8 months to go to apply for N400. Okay, so you put that in the calendar. Okay.
No. She stayed. Well, she stayed. She in the country 8 months already, non-stop, right?
Oh, in America.
So, remember, it was 6 months. You gotta wait. 6 months. You gotta wait. To file for citizen, right?
There's a lot of rules. At this point, you should schedule a meeting, okay? Because there's a lot of rules. She just came back. We got to reset the clock, basically, for physical presence. Okay. So with that being said, remembering your wife's situation, is that a game? She needs to. Okay. Yeah. She needs to. She should just file for the kids a petition now then. Because she's gonna have to. Sounds like she's gonna have to wait some time to become a citizen to apply for it. Okay.
So go ahead and file for the kids.
Mm-hmm. But any more conversation about her eligibility to become a citizen? I really recommend schedule this meeting right here. Okay. Alrighty. All right. Thanks, Jason. Take care. Bye. I feel like I was supposed to dance or something. Was that a challenge? I didn't know. Come on, I need some notice. Crazy. Ooh, what happened to the camera? There we go.
Hey, what's up?
Going crazy. Welcome back.
I spoke to you the pause for Thailand and all that for the I-130. Let's per se, if the interview gets like, we scheduled, would she be able to work in a different country for the time being, or will that affect my case, or would she be safe to work in a different country for the time being?
She's in Thailand right now?
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't know what you mean by is she safe to work in a different country? Like, is she allowed to go with a pending case?
Yeah. If she's allowed to, if this is like a pause for like a year or so, she's gonna try to work in like Korea for the time being.
Oh yeah, I mean she,
affect the case.
No. If she comes, like when she gets hopefully eventually scheduled for interview, in Thailand, then or Bangkok, then she'll just have to move back, or maybe not necessarily move back, but what's it called? Just visit back for the interview. Maybe eventually, if she's going to live in a different country, the only thing I think of right now that she would need eventually, not right now, is the police certificate or police clearance record from the new place that she'll be living at. Okay.
Okay, because she's already getting hers already done now, and it should be coming this week.
Oh, okay.
And then we'll file for the NBC.
Yeah, she's just gonna have to get a new one later on. It's because it only lasts 6 months, and so yeah, it's ridiculous.
Okay, so I'll pack you like, all right.
Yeah, hope that helps. Yeah, but she has no restriction to work somewhere else for now.
All right, thank you.
All right, you're welcome. Take care. All right. Y'all let me know in the comments. Does it seem a little strange that the United States government, vis-a-vis through the Department of State, have said that in the announcement yesterday that they put a pause on 75 countries because they believe that your family members, or maybe you're you're outside the United States right now, they're likely to utilize public benefits, that person would be a public charge. Does it seem strange to you? Let me know what you think in the comments. All right, guys. And if you think your case is delayed, that's number 3 here. If you think your case is delayed, all right, put the letter D in the comments and let me know when you filed the case, the month and year, and which application, such as 485, whatnot, okay? That's right, Kenna. Yours D, delayed. Riri, D. We got to keep them accountable, okay? USCIS, if you notice the processing times, let me pull up my screen here. Oh no, I can't really see it on YouTube, TikTok. Okay. I-130, where it says 17, that's for sponsors a U.S. citizen. On the other side, it sponsors a resident. It says C notes. You want to know what it says? What a C notes means? I'll just summarize. They don't want you to fucking know, okay? They don't want you to know. What they said, more or less paraphrase, okay, is that they will give you a decision on the petition when the priority date shows up on the visa bulletin. That's the F2A category that I screenshot here, okay? They don't want you to know. The worst problem is that if they don't actually give you the decision and your priority date already shows up on the bulletin, that's definitely when you definitely need to file a lawsuit, okay? So that's why you gotta stay on this channel and keep track. And also put on your calendar to check the visa bulletin yourself, okay? Okay, Nats has a delayed case as well. Let's get Kamzi on. There's a couple more people that want to join live, then I gotta hop off for a meeting. What's up, Kanzi?
Hello, good afternoon.
Hello there.
All right. So I was going to do the forms myself. I have a fiance in Nigeria, and I was going to bring her here on the fiance visa. But I'm going to actually use an attorney, and I've gotten a couple prices. It's about $10,000 to $12,000. Now they're on the travel ban thing with the 75. One, should I wait to apply before I spend $10,000 and get more clarity, or should I apply and go ahead and spend $10,000 with the attorney?
Well, our law firm and some others already sued the government based on these bans. So I anticipate that there will be some kind of outcome. It might not be the outcome you want, but in general, if you want to be possibly part of the lawsuit to be positively affected by the lawsuit, then you definitely need to file the case. Because if you on the other end, you may have heard me about filing these mandamus lawsuit because of delay cases. Then when push comes to shove and your case is pending, your petition for the first step, let's just say like 1 year, and it's a fiance visa, or 15 months, then you need to file a lawsuit, okay, to get that done for that first step. With these overlapping bans,
so it's probably best for me to go ahead.
Yeah, I recommend it. Now the thing is, like, if it sounds like you may have gotten those quotes before the ban, so I recommend asking them too, like what they think, their insights to the future, right? I can't predict the future, but I'm already thinking about it, at least, right? Because what we're going to tell people now, okay, if you want to be part of the lawsuit, it will cost extra. So whatever you're paying now, you need to consider that, right?
Yeah.
But is that, by the way, including government fee?
Okay.
That quote?
I think it was like 10,000. I think that's including the government fees and everything.
Yeah. Okay. That's good. Okay.
I have one local lawyer that said he'd do it for 10, and then there was another one that he said with the fees and everything, it was 12.
Okay. So I mean, at the end of the day, you pick one that you feel most comfortable. Also, one, not necessarily they can answer you every day, right? You don't need that, but that, for us, we try to reply back in 24, 30 hours, in an email or call. So just things to consider as you go through the process. Okay. Wish you the best.
All right. Thank you.
Take care. I have to say that because so many people call us and they complain about, the prior lawyer. So I'm trying to save that gentleman some headache there. It's very important, right? At the end of the day, this is a professional relationship. You have to stay in tune with with the communication protocol. All right. Let's see here. Thank you, everyone, for your questions. If you haven't done so already, go ahead and click the plus sign or subscribe and follow. Again, if you are interested in our services, right over here, that's a pre-qualified session. That is for this amount, less than a cup of coffee at your local shop. All right. So you don't have to send me any gifts, because I don't know. I think the amount of donuts and roses you send me might cost that right there. Okay. Really appreciate it. We're going to comment or question on YouTube here. What if your country ban, your I-140 is approved? Again, it depends which ban you're talking about, or pause I-140, but most likely, if you're talking about the most recent one yesterday that I call J21 ban or pause, then yeah, you're affected. Okay. This whole situation sucks, guys. I feel bad for everyone, for sure. This is ridiculous. It's like me talking about ban 1, 2, 3. It's almost like talking about a disease. Like, you're affected by a certain disease by the fucking government. It's ridiculous. Let's see here. Your husband filed in August 2022. Still pending approval. Filed which one? So you're married. So I-130 and 485, Riri? Wait. Which Riri are you? Are you Rihanna? Rihanna's Riri, right? Do you sing also? All right, so I-130 only? Rita. Okay, gotcha. My bad. August 2022. Is your husband a citizen? That makes a huge difference, but it's still a long time. Okay. If your husband is a citizen, or then it will take 15, 17 months, like I showed over here on the screen. Okay. Trying to move out of the way. Okay. Oops. Sorry, guys, on YouTube. There you go. So if that's petition only, if it's for adjustment of status, should be last year. Our processing time range was 2 to 6 months. Okay, Rita, then have you filed the 485 now? Because you can do that. That might help speed it up. Maybe. Also because USCIS needs to know that he's a US citizen, which I know is so strange, right? Because USCIS is the same agency that just approved him to be a citizen. But when you have your own case for petition or adjustment status, they don't piece it together. That's what a lawyer's for. Okay, we help you. We fill in the communication gap. Let's see here. Also, Riri, if you enter the United States with parole or visa, then yes, you can file for 485 now, along with other forms. Okay, let's get Akina. Thank you for your patience. We're gonna be wrapping up very soon, less than 5 minutes, because I'm starting to lose my voice. Hello, Akina. Welcome back. So your questions about the mandamus and you're part of the banned country?
Yeah, I'm part of the banned country, and I was wondering, do you think I'll get approved?
Of course, there's going to be another argument, right? The mandamus case delay in general, but the other argument is to argue that the travel ban is unlawful. Okay, unlawful as to your country at least.
Right.
So I know you were thinking about that service a couple weeks ago. I would probably hold off.
Yeah,
but
I found my dad is ready to borrow me the money.
Okay, good deal. I would hold off maybe a couple weeks. I mean, have you talked to my team already?
I spoke to them. Yeah, they
Okay.
told me next time I was gonna pay.
Okay.
So I'm ready for that.
All right. And can you DM me your name, because I don't know if your TikTok name is the same, but DM, and then that way we can keep track when it's probably a proper time to because you're part of that banned list, so we want to make sure.
Does my wife need to be in the courtroom?
In the lawsuit, does her name need to be on it?
Yeah. No. Yeah. Does my wife? Does she have to be present in the courtroom?
Present in the country? No, I don't. No, she doesn't have to be. Usually,
Does my wife have to be in the courtroom when we're doing the everything?
Most times you won't have to. Most times you won't have to see a judge. It would just be me, for example, or the local lawyer. Where do you live again?
I'm in New York.
New York. So yeah, we would have a local lawyer in New York to help us file the case. But of course, if for any reason we need to show up to court, then yeah, that's a different, the other attorney and I would coordinate. Okay. But yeah, send me a DM with your name, okay? So I can ask my team to keep track for you.
Oh no.
Okay. Thanks, Akila. I think I answered his question. Alrighty. Okay, let's do some questions. Let's get Nats with the question. Filed in May 2020. Staying alone or 5, it usually takes 36 months, 3 years. It's very unfortunate. It's ridiculous. All right, guys. Limited edition. My friend, welcome back. Friends waiting for 45 since February 2021 with VAWA. February 2021. Have we talked about your friend before? I feel like we talked about your other friends. The last request for evidence was in September. Yeah, it's time to file a lawsuit for your friend. Okay, that's way too long. What is that? 4 years and 11 months? That's ridiculous. Okay, guys, we gotta keep the government accountable. GN little things. If you overstay B1, B2, and you don't have a pending AOS case yet, will you receive a notice to appear letter at home? The thing is, I don't know if they know if you're in America, though. You know what I'm saying? So, interesting to know what kind of AI tools they're using. Can you hear my stomach? So I gotta go soon. But so if anyone knows and has done research on what tools they're using, that would help us too. But at least in the past, it didn't seem like they knew who's in the States or not, right? So, so if they don't know that you're in the States and you have been arrested or detained, then you would not receive the notice to appear document. Okay. Well, if the GN little things, if they pull the travel manifest, but that's the thing. I don't know if they have some kind of software that can detect if, okay, this person was supposed to leave on January 1st, but our system doesn't show it, I don't know. That would be really interesting. I'm not saying that's a good thing for you guys, but man, this is a whole new world. And by the way, if you guys can stomach it, watching these like ICE arrests, whatnot, take a look at what's been going on in Minneapolis. Okay. It's like they need a lot more help. Whatever happened in North Carolina, Portland, LA, they need that mojo. Okay, they need some help. I saw a video the other day. A teacher was arrested, was driving into the parking lot of the school. I think that happened yesterday. And then the agents somehow said that, oh, cut me off, or it's like they're fucking gaslighting all the time. Make up some shit and say, oh, this person was cutting me off or interfering. It was like 7 or 8 in the morning, it looked like. Fortunately, there's a lot of people recording, happened to be there, probably other teachers. And then she was for like 12 hours. And it turns out I think she was a citizen. It's like, what the, like, that was ridiculous. So be careful, guys. Record. If you see something, say something, record. Record and ask for their name. Okay, I think I get one more person on. Daniel. Okay, thanks, Akenda. Let's see. Okay, let me click on the next name. Eric's Mobile Detailing. How long does the process take for I-130? It depends if you're a citizen. Oh, this way. Citizen or not. If you're a citizen, then it's about 17 months. If you're a resident, then it's who the hell knows, according to the government. But if you're a resident, then really it should be about 17 to 24 months. Okay. Let me click on the next person, Augustine. And then I got to run to the next meeting. Hello. Hello, Augustine.
Yeah.
How you doing?
How are you?
Good, thanks. How can I help you?
I'm fine. Yeah. I get a question. My family have been approved by USCIS, but I don't really know whether they're going to issue them a visa, but they have not had yet an appointment here. They are from Liberia. So I'm just confused over that. They have been approved.
Yeah. When did you file your case? Month and year? When did you file your case? Month and year?
Oh, I filed my case, 2004, and they have been approved.
2004? Okay, so maybe I didn't understand your question. Uh-huh. What is your question? Let's go with that. Let's just make sure.
My question here about my family.
Uh-huh. Your spouse?
Whether they are part of this visa issue and thing.
Yes.
That's the one that I'm really confused about.
Yeah, I need to understand at what point your case is, though. This is for your wife, right? Is a petition approved?
Yeah,
or?
my wife, my son.
You filed for your son. Okay, at what point is the case, though? Where are you in the case? Petition approved or NVC or?
Yeah, being approved.
What's been approved? The visa has been issued?
My problem here is if they would be willing to give them a visa to come to America. That's one of the things I'm looking at. It's just worrying me.
Yeah, sir, I don't understand where your case is at because you keep approved, but I don't know what you mean. What has been approved? The petition? Have you filed something for your son? I think let's just start with that.
We have been approved.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it has been approved and they have sent it to a National Visa Center.
USCIS? The service center? Is that what you're talking about?
USCIS.
Okay.
Everything.
Okay. So what happened next? It's at NVC now? Okay. Augustine, the next step is to schedule a meeting because it takes a lot of time to really understand. Honestly, y'all can go off camera, but to be honest, in the Google meeting that we use, seeing each other's faces helps a lot. Like to really understand everyone's your situation. But in general, you said your son's a national of Nigeria. So yes, there's a ban right now. There's a pause. So but you still need to continue your case. Do what you need to do, complete all the steps that you can control. And then at the time that your son is supposed to have the interview or whatnot, then you might need to file a lawsuit to fight back in the ban. Okay. Now keep in mind, a lot of other people. So at some point, there could be an opening to get rid of the ban. Who knows? I can't predict the future. Okay. But that's why I say, for any of y'all that could be affected by any of these bans / pauses, continue doing what you need to do for the case. Okay. I can't give you like a case specific situation for you who are affected by the ban. All right. Thank you, Augustine. If you need anything, please schedule a meeting. Thank you. Neo, I don't think it's an interpreter issue. I definitely am concerned about language issues. I think he just maybe couldn't hear. Maybe it's the phone device, iPad device. It's all good, but we got limited time here. So I can get one more person in. One more, okay? And I will try to go live tonight, maybe, and do need to get some rest. So Agatha, Nayo, you should try to apply to become a citizen. You can. Hello, Agatha.
Hello.
Oh, you're muted yourself.
Thanks so much for everything you do for us. And
Sure thing.
I applied for VAL a few years ago, and my VAL is approved very quickly. I have my green card after like 2 years, and I applied for my citizenship, my N400. I did it on December 7th. I passed in the first spot. And they say for me in 1 weekend, they go send me the day, location, that's in Philadelphia. And have 35 days and nothing. And the crazy thing is my sister doing like basically the same spot than me. And she already have everything's done. She's already applied for her passport. And I don't know, because mine come from Bauer, that's why like 35 days. I don't know.
What do you mean 30?
Like scared.
What do you mean 35 days? Where did you get this information?
Because I have the app, and the app say how long is I going to be approved. Because before the same day, like I passed the interview, they change like after 20 minutes. Actually, my interview only 8 minutes. They only ask like the yes or no, 6 questions, read and write in English, and pass. And only 8 minutes, him say congratulations, you pass. In 1 week, they go send me the day and time for my old ceremony. And I already have 35 days and nothing.
It's already been 35 days. Okay, that's actually not that long. There's been some people waiting like 3 months. Yeah, it's not that long.
Thank God.
And then
Thank you.
I mean, you don't like to wait, of course, but it's normal that you've been waiting 35 days.
And if they longer, what I can do? Because like my sister, she's applied like 3 days after me, and she's already have her old ceremony.
Yeah, it's crazy, right? So it depends. Sometimes it depends on the officer. Maybe she didn't get the same officer. Maybe your officer is a little slower. I don't know. And they don't like make these cases the same, right? Together, joint with your sister. So if it's been 4 months, excuse me, if it's been 4 months since your interview, then you can file a mandamus lawsuit. Okay, we can help you with that.
And I can find you and save your cell phone if I need to call you for doing.
Yeah, take a screenshot.
I'm doing it right now.
And then save it as a favorite. Okay, save it as your favorite.
Thanks so much. And I go follow you and give a lot of heart because you deserve. Thanks so much for everything you're doing for us.
Happy to help.
And I can ask you a little thing, just very quick. My mom is from Brazil, and yesterday they canceled the visa from Brazil. There's tourist visa too, or just like who apply for job? Because she need to renew her visa, and they end the month.
Which kind of visa does she have right now?
Tourist visa. She only come here, stay 3 months every year. That's happened like 9 years already.
The announcement from yesterday is only for the immigrant visa. So for her, like tourist visa from Brazil, she can renew that, or she can apply for a different type of non-immigrant visa, like a temporary visa, essentially. So we have a webinar right over here to learn more about the different type of work visas, or just call it you'd let them know, like, hey, do you have this kind of information? They'll send it to you. Okay.
Thanks so much. Have
You're
a
welcome.
nice day.
Thank you.
Appreciate
You too.
God bless you.
Thank you so much. All right, guys, I gotta go. It's been more than an hour. I know some of y'all want to join live. I really appreciate it. It's just I need to give my voice some rest and my diaphragm some rest. Okay. I did okay in science. All right. You guys have a great day. Okay, be safe and stay strong. Peace.